Hey guys, welcome back to Season 3, Episode 3 of Junior Pro Talk. We are here at the 2019 Lancaster Archery Classic at the Spooky Nook Sports Complex. I'm joined by my co-host Tyler Heritage and our guest today, Jacob Pettit.
How's it going?
So, Jacob, you excited for 2019 Lancaster Classic?
Yeah, I'm excited to be back. To shoot already.
So you did well last year, right?
Yeah, I ended up, I think I took 6th. I'm still confused on where I actually placed, but I think that's where I ended up.
Yeah, so you made the stage. I think they do the top 8 for pro, right?
Yeah, they do top 8. You shoot your qualification, which I qualified first. I shot a 6:59. I just missed one during my whole qualification. And then we shot eliminations, and first one was rough for me. I shot like a 124 out of 132 and beat my opponent by 1 point. But I did what I had to do, and I made it to the shoot down. The shoot down was fun. That was the best stage that I could think of for an archery setting.
You couldn't answer one of the questions, right?
No. They tried to ask me where I was from, and I didn't know how to answer it for some reason, and told them I was from the Denver area, which I live 45 minutes south of Denver.
Yeah, I mean, if you're within 12 hours of your location, like where you live.
Yeah, it's like
you're
the same
pretty good.
thing. It's
Yeah,
like I could.
I mean, you could be from Nevada.
Yeah, it's like
12
I could
hours,
technically live in like Las Vegas, but actually it's the same thing.
I understand. Yeah, it's
It's
hard.
It's 12-hour rule.
Yeah, the 12 hours. Yeah, I'm from the U.S.
So do you think your shooting improves under pressure?
Definitely. For some reason, I'm not a practice shooter at all. My scores in practice are nothing like when I even come to tournaments in practice. I'll always score lower in practice than I do when I'm actually shooting. I think it's just because of the nerves. They just help my hold tighten and everything just flows a lot better.
What do you average in practice? Do you know?
It's probably around 28x 27. I mean, I just make stupid mistakes in practice just because I do random things when I'm shooting.
Yeah, it keeps your mind focused.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely a lot more focused when I'm shooting.
Solid. So going into this 2019 Classic, what are some things you changed in the off season? I know you did really well at the Iowa program.
Yeah.
What are some things you've been working on? Like I know you said mental game is when you're showing things you're working on. Tell us like how you changed it, like what you've done, and how it's improving your shooting right now.
Yeah, so actually, I'm shooting the same bow I did last year at this tournament, but I've changed a few things. Stabilizer setup is a little different, a lot less weight than I shot last year. I have like 3 ounces in the front and 12 on the side. So it's very light, but it aims well. I'm actually shooting 2 fingers now instead of a thumb. So I'm shooting 2-finger back tension. I don't know, I always wanted to try this back tension. First time I tried that out was Field Nationals.
And you did really well.
Yeah, I ended up taking 3rd at Field Nationals, shooting my first tournament ever with 2-finger.
Yeah.
Why did you switch to the back tension?
I honestly don't know. Probably because I saw Jesse doing it. I base a lot of my stuff off of Jesse. That's like my big role model when I was growing up. But I saw him do it and I was like, I'll try it. And I just kept going with it.
Did you get any anticipation issues with your phone at all?
No, it was all good with the thumb too. And I mean, just with back tension, sometimes I forget to relax or do something, so my shot takes forever. But
Yeah.
it still goes in the middle, so I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, so you feel like this new setup's pretty forgiving. And you're just gonna see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just ready to roll. I think it'll be good. I mean, my practice was like best groupings that I've had in a while.
Yeah, so that's solid, man.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, we had an interesting conversation earlier. Should we talk about it with the hamburger?
Yes. 'Cause this
Important
needs to be
question.
settled.
Yeah,
Very
it's a very
important
important question. It must be settled.
And feel free to drop a comment to settle this dispute.
Pause the video.
Very important.
Drop the comment. Tell us what you think.
And if you say that you cut it, then you're wrong.
Do you cut your hamburger?
Do you cut your hamburger?
Do you cut a hamburger?
Do you cut your hamburger?
I don't cut my hamburger.
Do you cut your hamburger? I cut my hamburger.
If you cut a hamburger before you eat it, that's weird.
You need 2 hands on it and just gotta muscle it. It's a hamburger. It's,
But you're Dak, someone
He
who
cuts his
travels
hamburger.
around.
I don't know. He's just a cleanly person, Doesn't want all those juices on his hands.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I feel like
proper.
if you cut it, it's more proper, but if you do it whole, it's more manly.
Yeah, but if
Agreed.
you're
Yeah.
if you're at like a barbecue, with the friends, you're just gonna eat a whole lot. Like even I do
Yeah,
that.
okay, yeah.
But if you're out to dinner,
Oh, I'm still getting a whole. You gotta.
really.
Oh, yeah. Unless they cut it for you, then it's like you have to go with it.
Yeah, I haven't been to a restaurant where they cut it for me.
Oh, come to Colorado.
Come,
Have
yeah,
them
I'll
there.
have to come.
So that question leads us into our next questions. We have a few standardized questions that we're going to start to ask everyone that we have on our podcast. And the first one, we already kind of got a hint of that, but it would be, who was your most influential person in your archery career?
Yeah, it was definitely Jesse Broadwater. Just when I was growing up, I based a lot of my shooting styles off of what he did, a lot of my setup now that I'm older and I'm able to play with that.
Can I interject real quick? Someone I learned when I started archery, I watched Crispy's videos.
Yeah.
I even went with the stabilizer on the opposite side.
Yeah.
The whole
Really?
deal. It was insane. And I told Chris one day, you know what? Griff came up to Lancaster
Right.
for one of his seminars. And he sent Crispy a Snapchat of me shooting. I looked like a carbon copy of Chris. We're about the same height, so.
Yeah, it's fun because there's a picture of Jesse and I. We shot at the same bail at
Yeah.
Field Nationals. The picture where we're both up there, both 2-finger releases, holding the bow the same. It's setups nearly the same. It's
Well, weren't you going to
crazy.
shoot off with him last year at the Iowa Pro?
Yeah, I was.
I bet that was pretty cool. You always
yeah,
you're
because I also watched Dave Cousins a lot, just because
Dave.
he was a big
Yeah.
guy when I was coming
Who doesn't
up.
know Dave?
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly.
He's
and
probably the most successful person.
yeah, he's pretty high up there in the archery world.
You can see his full resume at therealdavecousins.com. if
Yeah,
you'd like to.
he literally
Not a
has
joke.
he literally has a website just for
Yeah.
his winnings.
Yeah, it's
So.
great. So yeah, it was just going against both of them last year at Iowa and it was just to be there was fun, and to actually come out on top, I was
Beat your
yeah.
people you aspire to be all your life.
Yeah,
just
I'm
to be
actually
standing up there with them.
doing good in this sport.
I bet that felt pretty
It,
good.
was amazing.
So
So we know you've achieved pretty high status in archery, from your performance last year at the Iowa Pro-Am. So what is the most important piece of advice that you would give to a young up-and-coming archer?
My biggest thing, this is what I tell most kids, I'd say Nate Wilkins. He's
Yeah,
out there.
Nate. Shout out to Nate.
Yep. I shoot with him all the time and help him as much as I can. And the big thing I'm trying to teach him, and what I teach other kids, is to just get comfortable. Because the big thing when shooting in tournament situations is that when you get nervous, you're going to want to do what's most comfortable. So that's why I've been teaching him just to be very noticeable on your dot movement, because that determines draw length, and if you should shorten it or lengthen it. And then just all the little things that just relate to comfort, and that's what my coach did for me. He was like, just get comfortable.
So what you mean is ingraining it into your subconscious. That's how I'm
Yeah.
interpreting this. So when you're under pressure, you don't revert
You
back.
don't
to
really
old.
think about what you need to do.
It just
You
happens.
just have to focus on hitting the target.
Yeah, you just
And
gotta do what you gotta
your
do.
form does what it does.
Yeah.
So when you're up there in that high-pressure situation, what are you thinking about?
Depends. Like in eliminations or qualifications, it's weird. Sometimes if a song comes on, I'll be singing a song all throughout my shooting.
Okay, I know.
And it's weird, but
Chance Boba. You know what song he sings?
no.
It's Blue Moon of Kentucky. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
God.
He has it playing in his head just
Oh yeah,
over and
it'll
over.
just be the most random songs. Like if they play it and I don't even listen to it, but then all of a sudden I'll be up there and aiming and I'll start singing a song and I'm just like, and then I question myself. I'm like, why am I singing a song while I'm shooting? But it works.
But you're hitting 10,
Yeah.
so it's working.
So pro tip, sing songs while you shoot.
Sing songs, funny ones about it. If it could be like music, good stuff to shoot to.
So what's your favorite song?
Oh, I don't even have.
You-
That's a
all
hard
right, what's
question.
your favorite type of music? Country, rock,
I'm big all over the place.
All right, so you just all around.
Yeah.
So are you into Taylor Swift?
No.
No.
Not even when she was country now.
No. That's
It's a
I mean,
shame. It's a
if you
waste.
go,
Dude.
80s is the best. Queen's probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Don't Stop Me Now. I know every single word to that song.
All right, we'll have to play that.
We're allowed to play it.
Yeah.
It'd be our good luck charm. So, yeah.
So, I mean, next question. If you were to have anyone in that world outside of archery to be your shooting buddy or to teach archery to, who would it be?
Probably Michael Jordan, just
Michael
because
Jordan?
I was big into basketball growing up, so he was like everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You need a pretty long draw length.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's-
what is he, like 6'8"?
He's like 6'6", 6'7", something like that, but his wingspan's like ginormous. And
So, how do you unwind? You know, all the stress from tournaments,
Oh.
you know, you gotta like, do other things. You just can't do straight archery. I mean, my brain would be like drained.
I can't do
Right.
archery all the time.
Yeah. Well, like, what are some things you like to fish? What do you like to do?
I like to go to the gym and lift. That's one thing. Just
swole.
help yourself. But
Yeah.
there's that, and then also video games.
Video
What do you play? What do you play?
Fortnite?
Fortnite, yeah.
Fortnite,
That's big.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll have to squat up later.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to show you what's up from Colorado.
Yeah. So.
No, but there's that. There's not much to do up at school, so I don't really do much.
I mean, you just
it's
go-
really like shoot when I can, which isn't very much, and then school and video games.
Define what isn't very much?
Shoot. During the week, like Monday through Friday, I might shoot once, maybe twice if I'm
Really?
Yeah, and then weekends I might shoot Friday, Saturday, maybe just Friday.
And so, are you working at a shop at all?
No.
No job at all.
There's only one place near my school that I can shoot, and I can just go there and shoot. I can't really do much else.
Gotcha.
So.
So it's been rough up there, but I make do with it.
Yeah.
So, if you were to pick one sponsor, non-archery brand, to sponsor the sport of archery, who would it be?
I'd have to go with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
I drink Coke daily.
Save the polar bears.
Yeah, definitely. Save the polar bears. They're dying. We need them.
Save the
They're
ice.
fluffy.
What are some of your upcoming goals? Or, like, what do you want to? Where you see yourself in the upcoming year? Like school, archery. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Especially for archery, I want to be podium, maybe win one, be close to podium. I just want to be at the top this year and just solidify my name. Just because I feel like last year got my name out there, and I just want to stay up there.
Yeah.
School-wise, this is my sophomore year.
In college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So after this semester, I might be moving back down to Denver and just going to school down there, just because it's hard to shoot archery down where I am.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm just going with the flow.
Just like trying to succeed in archery, and in
Yeah,
life.
and then just getting something else besides archery, just because who knows, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
So I know you're gonna start shooting pro. You're shooting pro right now.
Yeah.
But do you see yourself in 20 years being in the archery field, whether it's shooting professional or working for a company?
I definitely do. That's what I always wanted to do, either shooting for or working for a company. I know I'd still be out there shooting just because it's still something that I love to do.
Yeah.
It's
That's important, just doing what you love to do.
yeah.
When archery becomes just a hassle to do, you shouldn't be picking up your bow
No, when
anymore.
it gets annoying, and that's when you should just set it down for a little bit.
Yeah, but that's cool. Yeah.
What are you majoring in college?
So I'm doing sports and exercise science, and then I'm getting a minor in business. So just a lot of personal training, physical training, all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does any of that come in handy in archery?
Yeah, it's actually really interesting because, especially one of the classes that I'm taking right now, she's going over how the mind and muscles work and all your joints and everything. So it's really going well with archery, and I can relate it well to archery.
That's awesome.
So yeah, even I'm taking physics right now in school, and it's cool to apply things and understand how
Yeah.
things work with say inertia of the bow and all that. It's
Yeah,
cool
it's-
to when you're learning about something, you can apply it to archery. And whether it's your sports, and it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool having a sport like this where most things that you do, you can relate back to it just because of, like, even like the business side of it, marketing, all that. It's a huge way to get out there.
Yeah, I feel like the sport is really diverse.
Yeah.
Like, there's many different opportunities for everyone.
And it's very tight knit as well.
Yeah. So like, if you ever need help with something, there's always something.
Yeah,
You know.
and who knows what, maybe something different every time.
Yeah. So.
Well, a lot of the questions that we get through, DMs and all the rest of that are about gear setup and tuning specifically.
Okay.
So can you walk us through like your setup with your bow?
Yeah, so I'm shooting the Matthews TRX 38. It's the older model without the new grip. I just got those like a couple days ago, so I'm gonna be playing with those soon. But I'm shooting triple X's. I can think up with 220.
Keep them weaker.
Yeah,
Does that tune out well? Because they're 150 spots.
Yeah, so that's why I kept it full length. I mean, I talked to one of the guys I shoot with. His name's Tony Clem, and he's been shooting for a long time. He helped Jesse when he was younger, and so he based his setup with the triple X's off of how Jesse did in Vegas when he shot for gold tip. So most of the guys in Colorado were shooting the same thing, and I just went with that. Because earlier I come down to 29 inches and I just put a bunch of weight in front, and they would not shoot for anything. It was terrible. So, and then I got new ones and did that, and they shot great. I just used top hats on the Matthews. It's super easy just to tune it. And then a lot of the thing that I have to play with the Matthews bows is the knocking point. Just because I might get some dips, and if you have it too low, that's where a lot of the dips occur, and you won't be able to keep it up in the center of the target. So I just keep moving my D-loop up as need be.
Do you like the top hat system and the cams?
Yeah, it's my favorite system just because it's so easily manageable, and there's super tight tolerances on everything.
Yeah, that's cool. So like, obviously like the tuning and stuff. What are some like advanced tuning like? I know there's like torque tuning and like all that. Do you do any of that?
Mainly for indoors, I paper tune just to make sure the arrow's flying straight. I mean, I don't have to do much other than that. You're only shooting one distance.
Yeah.
And then I just see how it's grouping. I mean, as long as it's going the same hole, I don't really do much. But if I get some weird flyers, I might like do some group tuning, just move my rest just to help it. But I don't really do much for indoors. I mean, that's pretty much it. Outdoors I do more just because there's a lot more variables they have to deal with.
Yeah, so outdoor, you're really good at field. I mean, this
Field's my favorite type of archery.
You did really good this year. Was it first time in the pro division field?
Second time.
Second time? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do coming into that? Like any specific tuning, like walk back tuning with like string?
Well, it's kind of weird. I don't really do much of like specific like tuning to like a specific form. A lot of it's based off of grouping and see how everything's hitting. Because the main part for field is shooting up and downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you're going to get most of your lefts and rights. So just checking third axis and learning how to hold against a hill. That's the big part of it. And then when the shoot was in Yankton a couple years ago, I think they were the A Pro Maxes. They're the larger, like 2-inch vein. I had those on my arrows, and I think I only had like 100 grains in the front. So it just acted like a parachute. So first day I shot terrible. And then the second day I ripped all fletchings off and put on just the regular shield cut A's. And after that I shot 1 point below the record before Chris Perkins beat it this year.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I went from like 30-something place to like 10th just in one day just because of the veins I was shooting.
Yeah.
Do you have any field tips? Because I know field's particularly hard. There's just so many variables.
A lot of it has to do with shooting up and downhill. I mean, a lot of people hate shooting uphill. It's super hard for them to shoot uphill. And I like to shoot uphill. I feel like my shots are better uphill than downhill. just because I feel like I can't get anything to go off when I'm shooting downhill.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have no control.
A lot of people think the opposite.
Yeah, when they shoot up, I feel like I have more control uphill just because I'm fighting against something, so my hold's better. When I'm shooting downhill, it's loose, and I feel like the bow's going to fall out of my hand. But a lot of it's that. I mean, third axis is huge field-wise. I had trouble with it. I went to Reading, I think it was 4 years ago, my first time going, and my third axis was off. So everything like downhill would go left, everything uphill would go right.
Yeah.
So I'd have to like keep chasing everything, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it.
So,
I mean, having good marks, of course.
yeah, that's
You
the most
gotta
important
keep
part.
up on your marks.
Do you use a custom sight tape?
Yeah, I think it's Archer's
Advantage, yeah, that's what I use. It's perfect.
easy, and I customize that. I mean, you can't always stick to your sight tape too. I mean, when I was shooting at Field Nationals in Pennsylvania this year, or last year, I had to keep giving it either like quarter of a yard or half a yard or close to a yard, just depending on the day, how the humidity was.
Yeah, I know it rained a lot.
Yeah, so I had to keep up and keep noticing if I was starting to hit low and have to add a little more.
Yeah.
So it's very particular type of archery where you have to keep up on everything. And I think that's why I like it, because especially because you get to walk around. You don't
Yeah.
just stand in one spot all day.
That's kind of the best part, just being in nature, just walking around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, quick question. Are you having both you use a theodolite app, measure the angle, and then punch it into your graphic calculator, cosine angle distance, or you just use regular rangefinder?
No, I just use the Leopold rangefinder.
You still
just
hit
hope
it
for the
up.
best. I mean, there's one shot in Reading. It's right after Bigfoot, if you've ever shot Reading. And it's like a 49-yard uphill at these bears. And if you give it the distance on your rangefinder, you're going to hit low like by 3 inches, no matter what. So you have to give it quite a bit. And we don't know why, but it'll just never be true to the rangefinder.
Do you see your sight tapes changing? Because I know air density affects like the arrow depending on your altitude in Colorado.
Yeah, so going into like before we shoot Reading, I always shoot with Tony Clem, because he's really good at field archery, and he has been. He won Reading a couple times. He always said to have everything hit like an inch or more high. So you want to be at the top of the dot for Reading, just because when you get down there, it's just going to drop in. I don't know. That's just what we found out, just because if we were sighted in grade for Reading at home, then we were just going to hit low at everything.
Interesting. So, footing and field and any kind of outdoor shooting is super important. Do you find yourself like spreading your legs or to account for angles?
I'm more of a digger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Go up there and just like.
Yeah, I try to dig everything out just so that my feet don't change too much.
Can you do that in field legally?
Yeah.
Because I know in
I
IBO
think so.
you can't alter the ground like that.
I mean, I seen Dave Titans.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good at field.
Yeah, I
but-
know, but I think within reason, just
Yeah.
make a little, just wiggle your feet.
Just bring a shovel and level, perfectly level.
Yeah, bring a level,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not in the rules, then we need to do it. I don't know.
I don't shoot any field, so I've never
You don't
shot
shoot any
it.
field?
Never shot it ever.
You're
you have to
coming
try
field
it out. Yeah,
nationals
you
this
gotta
year.
I've shot 3D minimally, and then I shoot 20 yards and 50 meters, and that's it.
Yeah,
So,
you're coming to field nationals this year. You're gonna come down to my house. We'll get set up. Then you're flying to Yankton.
it sounds good. I really want to go to Reading because that looks
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
fun.
It is a lot of fun. I
That's
want to
the
go.
best
but-
tournament of the year, honestly.
Is
Can't
it?
beat
Do you think a lot of the more out of shape shooters do poorly because of the terrain?
I think that could be part of it. I know they have some difficulties for some people. I mean, it is in the mountains of California, so it's hot and dry, and it's going to be loose gravel.
Yeah.
It
Do you-
does test everything when you're there.
Have you ever shot any of the USAT series?
No, nothing besides like the indoor nationals of USAT. I never shot one of the 50-meter tournaments.
Would you consider that? Because you probably have a good chance of making the team.
Yeah, I would. I just hate standing in one spot and shooting all the time. But if I shot it more, like when I shoot at home, I shoot good scores. It's just a boring factor to me, because that's why I like field so much, is because I'm constantly changing,
Yeah.
constantly doing something.
Field is probably my favorite, but USATs are a lot of fun. I mean, you just
Yeah.
gotta get it. in the groove and just make fun with it. I mean, you get to stand there, shoot your bow, same distance, but yeah, I know what you mean. You just like to change the scenery. And,
yeah, that's what. Just especially being from Colorado, like that's the closest range I have to my house is a field range. So I went and shot that all the time when I was younger, and that's just what I like to do. But I'm definitely want to try out some of the USAT and see how that goes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm still a junior technically, so
yeah.
I could go for the junior team. I thought they were doing that this year, but I think it's every 2 years.
They're doing it this year.
Yeah, they're
It's
doing
outdoor.
Yeah, so the
So
the
it's outdoor this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna do indoor.
if you're
and I
gonna-
forgot that it changed every
Yeah.
couple of years.
So if you're going to do it, World FIDA team trials is in SoCal this year.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should definitely
I'm
try
definitely
to go.
gonna look into that because
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make the team just so I could go shoot against other people.
Yeah,
And
you
it's in Spain this year, right?
yeah, it's in Spain
Oh,
and
I
Madrid,
wanna do
I
it.
think.
Yep,
So
I want to go to
would
Spain.
love to do that.
Yeah, so
I know I'm going just for that purpose because of the trials. So
yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, probably gonna be looking into that. Hopefully I can go to that.
yeah. So,
well,
yeah.
I mean, who else are the big shooters in the junior class?
So we have a lot of kids. I know
Sears.
Connor
Yeah,
Sears.
Connor Sears. Yeah,
Connor
yeah,
Sears.
Connor Sears moving up. We had Carson South in there, Eli. There's a lot of good shooters.
I know I'm moving up to the junior class, and I won't be in the junior division technically until next fall. But because they do it by your birth year,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of bogus. But
Yeah, when's your birthday?
in November,
Oh,
So-
yeah, I'm January 20th. So
I'm
doing
I'm 17
so-
during all the outdoor shoots this year. So, well, what are you gonna do?
yeah, so, yeah. So
But we also have a few kind of novelty questions for you.
Okay.
oh,
So, first one, any good Netflix recommendations?
So one of the new Netflix series that just came out, You. If you haven't seen it or heard of it, it's really good.
You just
Yeah.
Y-O-U?
Y-O-U.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about a psychopath. It's really
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, it's that
Okay.
kind of movie. It's not a movie, it's just a season. I'm also big into Friends.
Friends.
Yeah,
you can't go
Friends.
wrong there. How about The Office? You watch
I
any of that?
never really got into The Office. It's like I liked all the episodes, but I could never get started in it for some
Yeah.
reason. But Friends and How I Met Your Mother. Those are my big ones.
Yeah. So one last question: where would you be right now if you weren't in archery?
I would be in school. I would not be traveling to a tournament right now. I wouldn't get to travel as much as I do, which I like to travel. I probably would have stayed with either basketball or baseball, which would have been terrible because I like playing, but I hate practicing.
Yeah. It's a lot more physical. I mean, I know you go to the gym a lot.
Yeah,
but-
I still try to play basketball when I can. Just most of my friends I go to school, they play basketball all the time. So it's still fun. Gets me out doing something, getting me out of things.
you know, you just can't be 100% on archery or school.
No, you gotta have a life outside of archery, or else you're gonna get burnt out.
Yeah,
that's my big thing.
Yeah. Well, it's getting late.
Yeah,
I think we should
it
end
is.
this.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us for Junior Pro Talk Season 3, Episode 3. Catch you guys next time.